6 weeks ago, my brother Marcus stood up at Sunday dinner so fast his chair tipped backward. The crash echoed through the dining room. Mom's hand froze halfway to her water glass, while Dad looked up from his plate and Emma stopped mid-chew. "I need to tell you all something?" Marcus's voice was shaking. "Something I discovered about Dad's retirement account." My fork stopped halfway to my mouth. $45,000 gone, wired to an offshore account on April 1st. The silence was so complete, I could hear the kitchen clock ticking from 2 rooms away. Dad's face went white. "What?" "Your retirement fund that you've been building for 30 years. Someone cleaned it out." Marcus pulled out his phone. "And I know who did it." He looked directly at me. My stomach dropped. "Owen had access to your account, Dad. He set up your online banking 3 years ago, knows all your security questions, and he's been asking you for money for months." I started. "Don't lie." Marcus held up his phone. "I have emails from your address to Dad asking for $45,000 for your consulting business." He turned the screen to face the table. There it was. An email from my address to Dad, dated March 28th. "Dad, I know this is a lot to ask, but I'm in a bind. The consulting business needs capital and my savings aren't enough. Could you loan me $45,000? I'll pay you back with interest within 2 years. Please don't mention this to Marcus or Emma. I'm embarrassed to ask." I stared at my email address in the sender field, at words I never wrote. "I never sent that." "It's from your email," Marcus said calmly. "Then it's spoofed." Mom looked between us. "Owen, did you send this?" "No, I swear to God I never sent that email." Marcus swiped to another message. "Here's another one from March 30th, asking about wire transfer options and discussing the retirement account specifically." "Those are fake," I said, voice rising. "Someone spoofed my email address." "Or you're lying." Marcus's voice was soft, almost sympathetic, like he was sad to expose me. Uncle Tom leaned forward from the far end of the table. "Jim, have you checked your account? Is the money actually gone?" Dad pulled out his phone with shaking hands and opened his banking app. His face confirmed it before he spoke. $2,312. That's all that's left." His voice cracked. $47,000 on March 31st, $2,000 on April 2nd. Aunt Sarah gasped. "Did you authorize any withdrawals?" Uncle Tom asked. "No, nothing. I haven't touched that account in months." Marcus set his phone on the table. "The withdrawal was made April 1st at 2:17 a.m. via wire transfer to a Cayman Islands account. The bank said it was authorized with Dad's login credentials and correct security answers." Everyone was looking at me now. "Owen." Dad's voice was quiet. "Did you take the money?" "No." "Then who did?" "I don't know, but it wasn't me." "Dad, I would never." "You had access," Marcus interrupted. "You set up the account and know all the security questions. Mother's maiden name, first pet, city where you met Mom." "So do you," I shot back. "You helped with his taxes last year and had the same access." "But I don't need money." Marcus pulled out a folder from beside his chair, like he'd brought it specifically for this moment. "Here are my bank statements for 3 months showing every transaction. Go through them. You won't find $45,000 anywhere." He spread the papers across the table. Bank of America statements for checking, savings, and credit cards, all printed and organized. "I have nothing to hide," Marcus said. "Can you say the same?" My chest tightened. "I don't have Dad's money." "Then show us your accounts." The trap closed. If I showed them, Marcus would find something to twist. If I didn't, I looked guilty. "I want to talk to a lawyer first." Wrong answer. Mom's eyes filled with tears as Emma put her head in her hands and Dad looked away. "He wants a lawyer," Marcus said to the room. "Does that sound like someone with nothing to hide?" "You stole from our father." Marcus's voice was cold now, each word a knife. "You stole his retirement money that he saved for 30 years and now you're lawyering up." "I didn't steal anything." "Then prove it. Show us your accounts right now and prove you didn't get a $45,000 deposit on April 1st. I looked around the table at faces that had already decided, at family who'd chosen sides before hearing my defense. Uncle Tom looked sympathetic but uncertain. Aunt Sarah was frowning at me, Mom was crying, and Dad wouldn't meet my eyes. Emma was the only one who looked conflicted, her eyes moving between me and Marcus like she was trying to solve a puzzle. I need to leave, I said, standing up and grabbing my jacket. Running away. Marcus shook his head. Classic. I stopped at the door and turned back. I didn't take that money, but I'm going to find out who did. Marcus smiled. Actually smiled. Good luck with that, Owen. You might want to start by checking your own bank account. I walked out, got in my car, and drove 3 blocks before I had to pull over because my hands were shaking too hard to steer. My brother had just framed me for stealing $45,000 in front of our entire family with fake emails, prepared bank statements, and a performance so convincing even I almost doubted myself. But why? I pulled out my phone and opened my banking app to check every account. Nothing unusual, no suspicious deposits, no $45,000. Then it hit me. Marcus wasn't trying to prove I stole the money. He was trying to make sure nobody looked at him. Because if everyone was focused on me, nobody would investigate him. I sat in my car in the dark and started thinking. The fake emails had to come from somewhere, someone who knew technical details about email headers and IP addresses. Marcus worked in IT project management and would have those skills. The timing was suspicious too. Marcus just happened to discover the theft right after it occurred with all this evidence ready. And those bank statements, perfectly printed and organized for a family dinner? Nobody prepares that thoroughly unless they're expecting to need it. I pulled up my contacts and found Richard Chen, my friend from law school who'd become a criminal defense attorney. He answered on the second ring. Owen, it's Sunday night. Rick, I need a lawyer. What happened? My brother just accused me of stealing $45,000 from my father's retirement account in front of my entire family with fake emails from my address. Silence. Did you do it? No. Can you prove it? Not yet, but I know who did, and I'm going to prove it. Owen, if you're innocent, the safest move is to cooperate fully with... Rick, I don't want advice on defending myself. I want advice on investigating him, how to get his bank records, trace the money, and build a case that proves he's lying. Long pause. You want to go on offense? I want to prove the truth, whatever it takes. That's expensive and legally complicated. I don't care. I'm not letting Marcus do this or spending the rest of my life with my family thinking I'm a thief. Rick was quiet for a moment. Come to my office tomorrow at 9 with everything you have. Emails, texts, bank statements. We'll figure out what we're dealing with. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. This is going to get ugly. It already is. I hung up and sat in my car for another 10 minutes before driving home to my studio apartment in the city. A small one-bedroom place, barely 900 square feet, but it was mine, paid for with my savings and built from my work. I opened my laptop and started documenting everything while it was fresh. The dinner conversation, Marcus's accusations, the fake emails he'd shown, his prepared bank statements, the whole performance. I took screenshots of my own email accounts, downloaded my bank statements going back 2 years, and backed everything up to 3 different cloud services. If Marcus wanted a war, he was going to get one, but he'd picked the wrong brother to frame. Because I wasn't just going to prove my innocence, I was going to prove his guilt in detail with evidence he couldn't deny. And when I was done, everyone would know exactly what he'd done. Monday morning, 9 a.m. sharp, I walked into Rick Chen's office with a briefcase full of documents and 3 USB drives in my pocket. Rick was already at his desk with coffee in hand, looking like he'd been there for hours. Show me everything. I laid out the dinner, the accusation, the fake emails Marcus had displayed, the prepared bank statements, and the whole performance. Rick read through it all with a neutral expression, but I saw his jaw tighten when he got to the email screenshots. These are sophisticated forgeries, he said. He matched your writing style, timed them to build a narrative, and somehow used your actual email address. Can we prove they're fake? Maybe. We'd need to subpoena the email headers from the server to see the actual origin IP address, but that requires your dad to file a police report first. He won't. Mom won't let him. Then we take a different approach. Rick pulled out a legal pad. The money went somewhere. $45,000 doesn't just vanish. Offshore account, Cayman something, Marcus said. Cayman accounts have strict privacy laws, but they're not completely untraceable. He tapped his pen against the pad. Your dad's bank will have full wire transfer records, including routing numbers and account details. If Marcus moved that money, there's a trail. How do I get those records? You don't. Your dad does. He's the account holder and can request complete transaction history and wire transfer documentation. He thinks I stole it. Why would he give me anything? Rick leaned back in his chair. He wouldn't. But what if someone else asked? Someone he trusts, like your sister Emma. She was at the dinner and saw Marcus's performance. How did she react? I thought back to Emma's face when I'd said I wanted a lawyer, the way she'd put her head in her hands. She looked conflicted. Conflicted means doubt, and doubt means she might help. Rick wrote something on his pad. Call her and explain what you need. See if she'll get the bank records from your dad. And then what? Then we follow the money. Every wire transfer leaves a trail, and if Marcus took that money or spent it or moved it, we'll find proof. What if we don't find anything? Then you're in the same position you're in now. But if we do find something? Rick looked at me directly. Then we bury him. I called Emma from the parking lot outside Rick's office. She answered on the first ring. Owen. Hey. Silence then. Did you do it? No? I didn't think so, but Marcus was so convincing and those emails looked real. They're fake, all of them. He spoofed my address and I need your help. I explained what Rick had told me about getting Dad's full bank records to trace the wire transfer and follow the money trail. Emma was quiet for a long moment. If I do this, and it turns out you did take the money, I'll never forgive you. I didn't take it, but Marcus did, and I'm going to prove it. How are you so sure it was him? Because he was too prepared. Those fake emails, the bank statements printed and ready to show, the whole speech. He planned that dinner and orchestrated everything. But why would Marcus steal from Dad? That was the question I'd been asking myself all night. I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out. Will you help me? Long silence. I could hear her breathing. Okay, I'll talk to Dad about getting the records, but Owen, if you're wrong about this, I'm not wrong. You better not be. 2 days later, Emma called me back. I got them. Dad's complete bank statements for March through April plus wire transfer documentation. Can you bring them to me? I'm already outside your building. I buzzed her up. She arrived 2 minutes later with a manila envelope and a worried expression. Dad cried when I told him I needed these, she said, handing me the envelope. He thinks I'm helping you hide evidence. I'm sorry. Just prove Marcus did it, please. I spread the documents across my kitchen table and found it immediately. And there it was. April 1st, 2:17 a.m. Wire transfer of $45,000 from James Walker's retirement account to account 847392 at Cayman International Bank. Recipient, Cayman Holdings, LLC. But that wasn't the interesting part. I scrolled through the rest of the documents, looking for anything else unusual, and I found it. April 3rd. Multiple wire transfers out of Cayman Holdings, LLC. I kept reading and found something else on April 3rd. 15 wire transfers. Out of Cayman Holdings, LLC to different destinations and amounts. $13,600 to DraftKings Offshore Gaming. $12,200 to Bovada International. $7,200 to Bet Online Sportsbook. $8,600 to Party Poker Cayman. $3,400 to 8888 Sport International. The list continued. All gambling sites, offshore operations that didn't report to U.S. regulators. My hands started shaking. Marcus had a gambling problem in college that everyone knew about. He'd said he got it under control, and we'd believed him. But these weren't small bets. This was Dad's retirement money spread across offshore gambling operations. But these weren't small bets. This was $45,000 spread across offshore gambling operations. I kept reading. April 12th. Wire transfer from DraftKings back to a domestic account. $17,450. To account ending in 7392 at Bank of America. I grabbed my phone, called Emma. Emma, my voice came out rough. What bank does Marcus use? Bank of America. Why you asking? What's his account number? The last 4 digits. I don't know. Why? I need you to find out. Ask Jessica. Make up an excuse. I need to know if Marcus's account ends in 7392. What did you find? The money went to gambling sites, then some came back to a Bank of America account ending in 7392. I need to confirm it's Marcus's account. Emma was quiet. He said he stopped gambling. He lied. Owen, if this is true, if Marcus really stole from Dad and framed you, her voice cracked, that's sociopathic. I know. Can you get me that account number? I'll try. 3 hours later, Emma called back. It's his account. Jessica confirmed it. I asked to borrow $20 and had her Venmo me. The confirmation shows the last 4 digits are 7392. My chest tightened. You're sure? I'm sure. We had him. The money went from Dad's account to Cayman Holdings LLC, then to gambling sites. Then $12,000 came back to Marcus's personal checking account. There's more, Emma said. I asked Jessica about Marcus's car loan. He's been making payments for 3 years with about $12,000 left on it. And? He paid it off in full on April 13th, the day after that deposit. Perfect. Emma, I need one more thing. Marcus's actual bank statements, the full statements for March through April. Owen, how am I supposed to? You're his sister with access to their house, and he probably has them filed somewhere. People like Marcus keep records. If he catches me, he won't. He's confident right now and thinks he won. Confident people get sloppy. Long pause. This is crazy. This is necessary. We need those statements to prove the money trail. Another pause. Okay, but if this goes wrong, you owe me forever. Deal. Emma called me the next day. Her voice was shaking. I got them. I'm at your apartment. Let me in. I opened the door. She looked scared. He almost caught me, she said, handing me another envelope. I was in his home office going through his filing cabinet, and he came home early. I had to hide the statements under my jacket and make up a story about borrowing Jessica's bread recipe. Did he believe you? I don't know, but he looked suspicious. Anyway, I got what you needed. I opened the envelope. Marcus's Bank of America statements. March through May, and it was all there. March 28th. $200 in various charges. Online gambling, DraftKings, FanDuel, Bovada. March 29th. $400 more. Credit card maxed out. March 30th. Series of small withdrawals. ATMs, cash advances, desperate moves. March 31st. Nothing. April 1st. 2:17 a.m. The theft. April 3rd. 12th. Gambling escalates. Offshore sites, big bets. April 12th. 17,450 deposit. Wire transfer from DraftKings. Tournament winnings. April 13th, $11,850 payment to Toyota Financial, which means car loan paid off. But that wasn't even the best part. I kept reading. April 15th to 30th. More charges. New gaming PC, 3,000 summer 99 at Best Buy. Weekend in Las Vegas. Hotel, restaurants, clubs, $4,200 total. New watch, $2,800 at a jewelry store. He'd spent the gambling winnings, celebrated his score, bought things he couldn't afford before, all on Dad's stolen retirement money. This is it, I said. This is everything we need. Emma looked at the statements. Her face went from pale to red. He gambled away Dad's retirement money. Most of it. He won some back, but the rest is just gone. Pissed away on sports betting and poker tables. Emma sat down heavily. What do we do now? I looked at the evidence spread across my table. Now we build a case, and then we show everyone exactly what Marcus did. How? I thought about it. We're going to have another family dinner. In 3 weeks, I'll tell Dad I have something important to share about the theft. What are you going to share? Everything Marcus stole and gambled away. I'm going to put it on that big TV in Dad's dining room and make everyone watch. Emma's eyes went wide. Oh, and that's justice, sis. She looked at me for a long moment. You're not doing this just to clear your name, are you? Nope. You're doing this to destroy him. I'm doing this to make sure everyone knows the truth so Marcus can never lie his way out of it. Emma didn't argue, just nodded slowly. What do you need from me? Help me organize this into a presentation. When? Now. We have 3 weeks to build the perfect case. The next 2 weeks were intense. I worked with Rick to organize everything we created. 21 slides of pure, documented evidence. Slide 1. Dad's bank statement. $45,000 gone. Slide 2. Wire transfer to Cayman Holdings LLC. Slide 3 to 4. Corporate documents showing Marcus as beneficial owner. Slide 5 to 12. Money trail to gambling sites. Slide 13 to 15. Return wire transfer to Marcus's account. Slide 16. Car loan paid off the next day. Slide 17-20. Marcus's spending spree. Receipts, charges, proof. Slide 21. The question. Still think I did it? Emma helped me verify every detail. We rehearsed the presentation, timed it, and made sure every slide hit like a hammer. Meanwhile, Marcus escalated. He told Dad I'd tried to contact him privately, tried to apologize without admitting guilt. Complete lie. I hadn't contacted Marcus even once. He suggested Dad consider pressing charges. Get the police involved. Make an example. He shared a post on Facebook clearly about me. Sometimes family betrays you in ways you never expected. Learning to forgive is hard, but necessary. 200 likes, 50 comments. Everyone supporting him and praising his grace. I didn't respond, just added screenshots to my evidence folder. Emma sent me updates. Marcus was acting nervous, checking his phone constantly, asking Jessica weird questions about bank statements. He knows something's coming, Emma said. He just doesn't know what. Good, let him sweat. April 29th. 3 weeks after the accusation, the day before the dinner. I called Dad from a burner number. He didn't recognize it. Hello? Dad, it's Owen. Owen, your mother and I have been... I know what you've been doing. The charges you're considering. I'm asking you for one thing before you do. What? One more family dinner, this Sunday. Same people as last time. I have information about the theft. Information you need to see. Owen, if you're going to confess, I'm not confessing. I'm presenting evidence. The kind Marcus conveniently had ready 3 weeks ago. I don't understand. You will. Sunday at 5. Tell everyone to come. Tell them it's important and we're going to solve this once and for all. And if I don't, then you'll press charges against the wrong son. And when the truth comes out in court, it will come out. You'll have to live with what you did. Silence. What do you have, Owen? Everything. I hung up before he could respond. Emma texted me 5 minutes later. Dad just called. He's setting up the dinner. Marcus asked what it's about. Dad said he doesn't know. Perfect. Owen, Marcus is going to figure it out. He's going to try to stop you. Let him try. We have every piece of evidence backed up in 6 different locations. He can't just stop what's coming. Sunday, May 5th. 4:47 p.m. I arrived early. Emma was already there, helping Mom set the table. She caught my eye, nodded slightly. Everything was ready. The HDMI cable was hidden behind the TV stand. My laptop was in my car. The slideshow was loaded, backed up on 3 USB drives in my pockets. Marcus arrived at 4:55, exactly on time. Jessica was with him. He walked in like he owned the place, confident and relaxed. He saw me and smiled. Owen, glad you came to your senses. I didn't respond, just watched him sit down in his usual spot. Right in front of the TV. Uncle Tom and Aunt Sarah arrived together. Then the cousins. By 5:02, everyone was there. Same 10 people as the accusation dinner 3 weeks ago. Dad cleared his throat. Thank you all for coming. Owen asked for this meeting. Everyone looked at me. Marcus's expression didn't change, but I saw his jaw tighten slightly. Before we start, I said, standing up, I want to thank Emma for her help over the past few weeks. She's been invaluable. Marcus's head snapped toward Emma. She met his eyes without flinching. I also need to connect something to the TV, just for a presentation. A presentation? Mom asked. Owen, what is this about? You'll see. I went to my car, got my laptop, came back. Marcus was whispering something to Jessica. She looked confused. I pulled the HDMI cable from behind the TV stand, connected it to my laptop. That's when Marcus stood up. Fast. His chair tipped backward. Wait, what are you doing? Showing everyone the truth. Owen, this is ridiculous. Whatever you think you found, sit down, Marcus. Uncle Tom's voice, firm, final. Marcus sat. His hands were shaking slightly. I opened my laptop. The screensaver disappeared. The title slide filled the 65-inch screen. Who really stole $45,000? Mom gasped. Dad leaned forward. Emma stood by the light switch, exactly where we'd planned. Ready? 6 weeks ago, I began. Marcus accused me of stealing $45,000 from Dad's retirement fund. He showed fake emails, fake texts, made a very convincing case. Click. Next slide. Dad's bank statement. April 1st, 2:17 a.m. $45,000 withdrawn. Nobody disputes this happened. The money is gone. Click. Wire transfer details. Recipient. Cayman Holdings LLC, account 847392. The money went to an offshore shell company in the Cayman Islands. Marcus shifted in his seat. We know this already. The police are... Marcus, I'm not done. Click. Corporate registration documents. Cayman Holdings LLC, beneficial owner listed. Name, Marcus Allen Walker. Social security number visible. His signature at the bottom. The room went completely silent. This offshore account, I continued, is registered to Marcus, his SSN, his signature, his company. That's, Marcus started. Certified documents from the Cayman Corporate Registry, obtained through legal channels, public record. Mom's fork hit her plate. The metallic clang echoed through the room. Dad's face had gone from confused to shocked to pale. Click. Transaction list. April 3rd. 15 wire transfers out of Cayman Holdings LLC. 2 days after the theft, the money was moved again. Split into 15 separate transfers. Click. Slide showing the first 5 destinations. DraftKings Offshore Gaming, $8,400. Bovada International, $12,000. BetOnline Sportsbook, $7,200. Party Poker Cayman, $5,800. 888 Sport International, $3,100. Marcus's face had gone from confident to pale to red. Click. The remaining 10 transactions. More gambling sites. Every single one. Offshore operations. Unregulated. Untraceable by U.S. authorities. Marcus has a gambling problem, I said calmly. We all knew that. He told us he had it under control. Click. Marcus's Bank of America statement. March 28th, 31st. 4 days before the theft, Marcus went on a gambling spree. $8,200 on March 28th. $4,100 more on the 29th. His credit card was maxed. His checking account overdrafted. He was desperate. Jessica turned to look at Marcus. He wasn't meeting anyone's eyes. Click. Timeline. Visual representation. March 30th. Marcus creates fake emails from Owen's address. March 31st, Marcus plans the setup. April 1st, 2:17 a.m., Marcus wires the money. This wasn't impulsive theft. This was premeditated. He created fake emails from my account days before taking the money. He built a narrative. He prepared his defense. He set me up to take the fall. Click. Email header analysis. Technical breakdown showing the fake emails were sent from Marcus's IP address, his computer, his home network. I had a forensic analyst examine the email headers. Every single email from Owen actually came from Marcus's IP address, his computer, timestamped, documented, certified. Uncle Tom leaned forward. Jesus Christ. Click. April 12th. Wire transfer from DraftKings. $12,450 to Marcus's Bank of America, account ending in 7392. Marcus gambled most of the money away, but he won some back. $12,450 returned to his personal checking account on April 12th. Click. April 13th. Toyota Financial. Payment. $11,850. Memo. Final car loan payment. The next day, Marcus paid off his car loan, a loan he'd been struggling with for months. Suddenly paid in full. Jessica's hands were covering her mouth. Dad was staring at the screen like he couldn't process what he was seeing. Click. April 15th to 30th. Best Buy receipt. New gaming PC, $3,427.48. Then he went shopping. Click. Las Vegas hotel and restaurant charges. April 21st, 24th weekend. Total, $4,167. Took a vacation to Vegas, celebrated his score. Click. Tiffany and Coburn receipt. Men's watch. $20,75. Bought himself a nice watch. All on Dad's retirement money. Marcus stood up. This is nonsense. You faked these? Sit down. Dad's voice. Low, dangerous. Sit. Down. Marcus sat. Click. Photo of Marcus wearing the watch. From his own Instagram, dated April 26th. Caption. Treated myself. He posted about it. On social media. Bragged about treating himself. Click. Marcus's credit card statements. Late payment notices. Debt collection warnings. All from February and March. Marcus was drowning in debt before the theft. Click. Marcus's credit card statements from May. All paid off. Balances zeroed. After the theft, all his debts disappeared. Paid in full. Click. Bank statement showing another deposit. May the 2nd. $8,900 from poker tournament, Bovada. He's still gambling, still using Dad's stolen money. He deposited another $9,000 3 days ago. Mom was crying now. Not quiet tears. Sobbing. Dad had his head in his hands. Click. Timeline of Marcus's Facebook post. The one about family betrayal and learning to forgive. While Dad agonized over whether to press charges against me, Marcus posted this. Acting like the wounded party. The good son dealing with family tragedy. Click. Screenshot of Marcus telling Dad to press charges. Text messages. Dad, I know it's hard, but Owen needs to face consequences. We can't enable this behavior. He pushed Dad to file criminal charges against me, while he was the one who stole the money. Jessica stood up. Her face was sheet white. I need to leave. Jessica, Marcus reached for her. Don't touch me. She grabbed her purse. Don't call me. Don't text me. I'm calling my lawyer tomorrow. She walked out. The door slammed. Click. Final slide. Marcus's complete bank statement. Every transaction from March through May. Every gambling loss. Every lie. This is everything. Every transaction. Every lie Marcus told. Every dollar he stole and gambled away. I looked at Marcus. Still think I did it? Marcus's face had gone from red to purple. You broke into my accounts. This is illegal. No. Emma requested Dad's bank records as his daughter. Perfectly legal. The wire transfer information led to the Cayman account. Public record. Your spending was visible on your credit reports, which I obtained through legal discovery after consulting with an attorney. You had no right. I had every right. My voice was rising now. You framed me for a felony. You let our entire family think I was a thief. You pushed Dad to press criminal charges that would have destroyed my life. I had every right to defend myself. Uncle Tom stood up, walked toward Marcus. Stand up. Uncle Tom, I can explain. Stand up. Now. Marcus stood. Uncle Tom was a big man. 6'3", former college football player. He stepped close to Marcus. You stole from your father. You framed your brother. You lied to everyone in this room. His voice was shaking. Get out. Dad? Marcus turned to our father. Dad looked up. His eyes were red. Get out of my house. This isn't fair. You don't understand. I understand perfectly. Dad's voice broke. You took my retirement money. Money I saved for 30 years. You gambled it away. And then you tried to send your brother to prison to cover it up. I was going to pay it back. With what? Dad was standing now, shouting. With more gambling winnings? With money you don't have? You stole $45,000 and you've spent all of it. It's gone. I can get it back. Just give me time. You're out of time. Uncle Tom grabbed Marcus's arm. You're leaving, now. Marcus pulled away. I'm not going anywhere. This is my family too. No. Mom's voice. quiet but firm. She stood up, wiping her eyes. No, Marcus, you need to leave. Mom, you let me believe Owen stole from your father. You let me cry over it. You let me tell people my son was a thief. While you were the one, her voice broke. Get out. Get out of this house. Marcus looked around the table, at faces that had turned from loving to disgusted, at family that had chosen sides, and this time, they'd chosen correctly. He grabbed his jacket. You'll regret this, all of you. The only thing I regret, Dad said, is not seeing you for what you are sooner. Marcus walked to the door, stopped, turned back. Owen. His voice was cold now. Hateful. You think you won? You just destroyed this family? No, Marcus, you did that. I just provided the evidence. He left. The door didn't slam this time, just closed quietly, which somehow felt worse. The room was silent except for Mom's crying. Emma came over, hugged me. You did it. Yeah. How do you feel? I looked at Mom crying, at Dad staring at nothing, at Uncle Tom and Aunt Sarah looking stunned, at Grandma Helen shaking her head sadly. I don't know yet. Dad stood up, walked over to me. For a moment, I thought he was going to hug me. Instead, he stopped 3 feet away. You knew. For 3 weeks, you knew it was Marcus, and you didn't tell me. You wouldn't have believed me without proof. You could have tried. You already decided I was guilty. All of you did. One dinner, one fake email. That's all it took for you to believe I'd steal from you. Dad flinched. That's not fair. Isn't it? 3 weeks ago, Marcus accused me and you believed him immediately. Tonight, I show you documented evidence and you're upset I didn't tell you sooner? When would you have listened, Dad? When? He didn't answer. I want you all to understand something. I looked around the table. I didn't do this for revenge. I did it because Marcus left me no choice. He was pushing for criminal charges, for prosecution, for me to go to prison. I had to prove my innocence or my life was over. You could have come to us, Mom said. I did come to you. At that first dinner. I told you I didn't do it. None of you believed me. Silence. I'm going to file a police report, Dad said finally. All of it. I have copies of everything, I said. Everything you need. It's all backed up and ready for the FBI. Thank you. Don't thank me. I didn't do this for you. I did it for me. I started packing up my laptop, disconnecting cables. Emma helped me silently. Uncle Tom came over. Owen, I'm sorry for believing him. It's fine. It's not fine, but I appreciate you saying that. He paused. What happens now? Now? Marcus probably goes to prison. Dad gets some of the money back through restitution. The family fractures. We all pretend everything's okay at Christmas. You think it's unfixable? I looked at the room, at the destroyed family dinner, at the evidence still on the TV screen. Some things break, Uncle Tom. Sometimes they stay broken. He nodded slowly. Yeah, I suppose they do. Monday morning, 8:47 a.m. Dad walked into the FBI field office with a briefcase full of evidence and a lawyer by his side. I wasn't there. Emma texted me updates. Dad filed the complaint. Wire fraud, identity theft, elder fraud. Agent said it's one of the most documented cases she's seen. Marcus is going to be arrested. Dad's crying in the parking lot. I read the messages sitting in my apartment. Drinking coffee, feeling nothing. Tuesday. Marcus hired a criminal defense attorney. Cost him $2,000 up front. Money he'd won gambling with Dad's retirement funds. His lawyer tried to negotiate. Claimed Marcus had a gambling addiction, mental health crisis, temporary insanity. But FBI wasn't interested in excuses. Wednesday. Federal agents executed a search warrant on Marcus's house. Seized his computers, phones, bank records. Jessica filed for divorce. Took the kids to her mother's house, changed the locks. Marcus moved into a motel. The kind with hourly rates and questionable stains. Thursday. I got a call from an unknown number. Let it go to voicemail. Marcus's voice. Owen, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far. Can we talk? Just you and me, brother to brother. I deleted it immediately. Emma called me around 10 minutes later. Did Marcus try to contact you? Yeah. What did you say? Nothing. I'm not talking to him. He's desperate. His lawyer says the case is airtight. The FBI has everything. He's looking at 15 to 20 years. 15 to 20 years in federal prison for stealing and trying to frame me. Good, I said. Owen. What? He tried to send me to prison, Emma. He created fake evidence. He lied to everyone. He deserves whatever he gets. I know, he's still our brother. Is he? Because brothers don't do what he did. Emma was quiet for a moment. You're right. I just needed to hear someone say it. 2 weeks after the dinner, Marcus pleaded guilty. His lawyer advised him to take the deal. 8 years in federal prison. Restitution of $45,000 plus damages. Criminal record forever. The alternative was trial. And losing badly. 20 years minimum. Marcus took the deal. The sentencing hearing was scheduled for June. Dad asked if I wanted to come. Give a victim impact statement. Tell the judge what Marcus's actions had done to me. I said no. The evidence speaks for itself, I told Dad. I don't need to twist the knife. You have every right to be angry. I'm not angry anymore, I'm just tired. Dad looked older now. The past month had aged him. Gray hair more visible, shoulders hunched, voice quieter. I should have believed you, he said. At that first dinner, when Marcus accused you. I should have asked more questions. Yeah, you should have. I'm sorry. Okay. Can you forgive me? I thought about it. Really thought about it. I don't know yet, Dad. Maybe someday, but not today. He nodded. Looked like he wanted to say more. Didn't. We stood in my apartment doorway in awkward silence until he left. June 15th. Sentencing hearing. I didn't go. Emma did. She texted me updates. Marcus cried. Read a prepared statement about his gambling addiction and how sorry he is. Judge didn't look impressed. Jessica was there, with her lawyer, finalizing divorce paperwork. Mom and Dad are sitting on opposite sides of the courtroom. They're not talking to each other. Sentencing, 8 years federal prison, $45K restitution, 3 years supervised release after. He starts September 1st. 8 years. Marcus would be 37 when he gets out. His kids would be teenagers. His wife would have moved on. His life would be completely different, all because he couldn't stop gambling and couldn't admit it. 3 months later, September. Marcus reported to FCI Lompoc in California. Federal prison, low security facility for non-violent offenders. 8 years. Emma visited him once. Said he looked broken, lost weight, kept apologizing, kept crying. She didn't go back. Mom visited every month. Dad went once. Couldn't handle it. Hasn't been back. I haven't visited at all. November. Thanksgiving. Dad invited me to dinner. Said it would be small. Just him, Mom, Emma, and me. Uncle Tom and Aunt Sarah if I was comfortable. I almost said no. But Emma asked me personally. Please come. For me, not for them. So I went. The dinner was awkward. Long silences. Careful conversations that avoided mentioning Marcus. Until dessert. When Dad finally brought it up. I've been going to therapy, he said. Trying to work through everything. That's good, I said. My therapist asked me to describe you. Really describe you. Not as my son who I thought stole from me, but as a person. I set down my fork. I realized I couldn't, Dad continued. I could tell her facts. Your job, your education. But I couldn't tell her who you are, what you care about, what makes you happy, sad, or angry. That's a problem, I said quietly. I know. I'm trying to fix it. If you'll let me. I looked at him. At Mom. At Emma watching both of us carefully. I'm not promising anything, I said. I'm not promising forgiveness or reconciliation or Sunday dinners every week. I understand. But I'll try, slowly. We'll see what happens. Dad nodded, relief visible on his face. That's all I can ask. Mom reached across the table, took my hand. Thank you. I didn't pull away, but I didn't squeeze back either. Baby steps. 1 year later. Marcus has served 1 year of his 8-year sentence. 7 to go. Jessica remarried, school teacher. Nice guy. The kids call him Dad now. Marcus writes letters from prison, to Dad, to Mom, to Emma, never to me. I hear about them secondhand. Apologies, regrets, promises to be better when he gets out. I don't respond, don't acknowledge them, don't care. Emma asks sometimes if I'll ever forgive him. I don't know, I tell her honestly. Maybe when he gets out, maybe never. I haven't decided yet. That's fair. My relationship with Dad is better. Not good, but better. We have coffee once a month. Talk about safe topics, work, weather, sports. We don't talk about Marcus unless Dad brings it up. He usually doesn't. Mom and I are polite. Christmas cards, birthday texts, surface-level pleasantries. The deep stuff is still broken. And that's okay. Some relationships don't heal. Some family bonds don't recover from being broken. I still have the slideshow on my laptop. 21 slides documenting every transaction, lie, and piece of evidence that proved my innocence and his guilt. Sometimes I open it. Look through it. I remember every detail. Marcus's face when slide 3 showed his name on the Cayman account, Mom's fork hitting the plate, Jessica walking out, Uncle Tom telling Marcus to leave, and Dad's quiet but final, "Get out of my house." Do I regret it? The public humiliation? The systematic destruction of Marcus's life in front of 10 family members? No. He framed me for a felony. Let me take the blame for 6 weeks, pushed for criminal charges. He didn't leave me a choice. Some people say I went too far, that I could have handled it privately. Shown Dad the evidence quietly. Let Marcus face consequences without the public spectacle. Maybe they're right. But Marcus didn't give me a private option. He made it public when he accused me at that family dinner. When he showed those fake emails. When he performed his innocence in front of everyone. So I returned the favor. I proved my innocence. In front of everyone. With evidence he couldn't deny. Last week I got a letter. Forwarded from Dad's address to mine. Prison mail. From Marcus. I almost threw it away unopened. But something made me read it. Owen, I know you probably won't read this. I wouldn't either if I were you. But I'm writing anyway because my therapist says I need to try. I'm sorry. For everything I did to you and Father. I was desperate. Drowning in gambling debt. I made terrible choices. I hurt everyone, especially you. I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know that you were right. About everything. I stole the money. I gambled it away. I framed you to cover my tracks. And you proved it. With evidence I couldn't deny, in front of the whole family. I hated you for that. For months. But recently I realized something. You didn't destroy my life. I did this by myself. Everything you showed at that dinner was true. I'm sorry, Owen. I'm really sorry for what I did and I'm sorry for who I was. I don't expect you to write back. I just needed you to know. Marcus. Set it on my desk. Stared at it for a long time. Then I folded it carefully and put it in a drawer with the slideshow files. Maybe someday I'll respond. But today, I'm living my life. Building my AI consulting business. Dating Sarah from my AI ethics class. Someone who values honesty more than convenience. Having coffee with Dad once a month. Texting Emma regularly. Being okay with Mom at arm's length. Building a life where I'm not defined by what Marcus did to me or how I proved his guilt. Just living. Moving forward. Letting the past stay where it belongs. People ask me sometimes about that dinner. About the slideshow. About the moment I connected my laptop to the TV and destroyed my brother's life in 1080p HD. They ask if I'd do it again. Every time I give the same answer. If someone frames you for a crime they committed, you have two choices. Let them win or prove them wrong. I chose proof. I chose evidence. I chose truth. And if that truth destroyed them, that's not on me. That's on them for lying in the first place. Some people look uncomfortable. Think I went too far. I don't care either way, because here's what I learned from the whole experience. Family isn't sacred just because you share blood. Trust isn't automatic just because you grew up together. And sometimes the only way to prove your innocence is to prove someone else's guilt. In detail, publicly, on a 65-inch screen while your mother drops her fork and your father's face goes white and your brother realizes too late that he picked the wrong person to frame. And if that makes me cold, if that makes me ruthless, good, because I'm never being the victim again.